How do you take it and build off of it from year two?
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing is they just kind of understand what's going on now. I think that was really evident in some of our summer basketball. Like, our guys understand how to play the way we want them to play. And so it's just keeping that familiarity. Yeah, like, we want to be consistent every day in the things we do in practice and the things we preach and the terminology we use, all throughout the program. You can see the difference already this year, and I just hope every year it's going to keep building and keep getting better.
Go through the personnel that you have coming back, who's graduated, and what you have as far as basketball guys.
Sure. We have 5 guys that logged a lot of varsity minutes for us last year, 5 guys that started a lot. I love our seniors that we have coming back, and Kyle Smith and Connor DeWitt and Tyler Gator, who we've got here today. A couple juniors that logged some serious minutes last year, Drayton Myers and Luke Kaufman. So those are our 5 key guys that are returning. We have some guys that'll surprise some people, I think, that'll come up and help those guys. Sophomore Parker Reed has had a really good offseason. We lost 4 seniors last year, Jason Bailey, Christian Hess, Lucas Swagger, and Jackson Gould. Jackson didn't get to play too much for us, the big guy, because of his leg injury. We'll miss those guys, but I'm really excited about what we have coming back.
What do you think is going to be like the trademark of this Garrett team this year?
I'd like to think just our work ethic, right? Like, we preached that a lot last year. We were a pretty good defensive team, struggled a little bit offensively, so we think we fixed some of that. But it's going to start with our work ethic and our defensive intensity, and I think it's got to be better than what it was last year. And so if we can do that, it could be a pretty tough basketball team.
I think I know the answer to this based on that answer. But what is going to be priority number 1 in a couple weeks when you get going for real?
Sure, yeah, it really is our defense. But right up there with that, 1B is going to be just making shots. We talked so much last year about our shooting percentage. I thought we ran stuff pretty well. We executed pretty well. We didn't put the ball in the hoop as well as we needed to last year. So these guys have put up so many shots in the offseason. It's going to be a big emphasis in practice, though, too. We'll get some guys in from football at some time. Hopefully not for a while. They're still doing really good. But just getting everybody ready to play and ready to shoot in our gym.
Final question, man. You look at the NECC, and it's really good small school basketball conference and deep.
Yeah.
So what's the key to competing in that conference night in and night out?
Sure.
You don't get a lot of nights off, no matter what the other team record is.
Yeah, you really don't. I hear so many people talking about how, maybe the top teams aren't as good this year, but there are so many really good teams in the conference, so there are no nights off. Just getting our guys to understand, mentally what we have to do, having composure. Talk with our guys about that a lot. We have to be locked in and engaged every single night. There are no nights off, regardless of how the season's going. We've got to be prepared, and we've got to be ready to play every single night. And I think it's going to be a battle every night in the NECC. But I'm hopeful we can compete, much better than we did last year.
So now that you guys have experience and a cohesion together, how do you build off that to make year 2 with them more successful than year 1?
I think just the chemistry from the coaches' end and the team, because like Coach said, we have 5 returning guys this year for varsity. And then since, you said last year we were starting to get to know Coach, but now we know the program, we know all the new plays and just how we're going to play the game. So if we play that right, then we'll be good.
X's and O's wise, where are the strengths of this Garrett team?
I think it starts on defense first. We lock down on defense, and then defense turns into offense. But I think we're pretty good offensively, too. We'll get some buckets up this year.
Who are some of the guys that are going to be stepping into bigger roles? I think you said 4 main seniors graduated for you guys.
Yes. So we returned 5 varsity guys, but we did lose 4 seniors. But our 3 seniors, Kyle Smith, Connor DeWitt, and Tyler Gator, I think will really be big for us. And then a couple underclassmen off the bench, too, I think will be good. And me and Luke Kaufman as well.
When practice rolls around, what do you think priority number 1 is going to be for this Garrett program?
Just setting the tone, showing that we're not messing around. We're here to win games and buckle down. And if we get the right mindset, then I think that's what we need to do first.
What's the key to competing for an NECC title in a year that could be wide open as far as the NECC goes?
I think we just have to go in every game thinking we have a shot. Because I know in the years past we were all leery and didn't think we had really a chance. But if we go into every game this year thinking that we're the better team, we have a shot to win, I think we'll upset some teams this year.
Coming back, what do you see as the biggest strengths of this Garrett team as we enter a new year?
We have our senior class now. We have Kyle Smith and Tyler Gator coming back, and Connor DeWitt. Then we have a pretty big junior class this year. Me and Drayton Myers, and we have a couple new transfers this year.
Last year was first under a new head coach. So now that you guys have a year together, how do you build off that? And what are some of the keys to kind of hitting the ground running, knowing that there is a level of familiarity now between you guys?
I think that now we know the expectation, so we can just get right into practice, we know what he expects, we know what he wants us to do, so I think that will help us get into the season faster and prepare better.
When you take a look at the personnel, mention some of the guys. Tell me some of the guys who are going to be playing bigger roles again.
I think Kyle Smith will be playing a big role. I feel like we're going to have to score a lot this year to compete with teams. You have guys like Tyler Gator and Drayton Myers that are going to have to hit big shots, and you know.
For you guys, the NECC is pretty wide open this year. So, what's going to be the key for you guys to taking it to that level where you guys can compete for a conference title this year? What's the key for you?
I think we're just going to have to buy into each other, know what each other wants, where we want the ball at, and I just feel like we have to play as a team together. I think it starts on the defensive end and corresponds to the offensive end. So.
Definitely our biggest strength is defense, for sure. We're a big pressure defense, man-on-man defense. We got a lot of fast guys returning, a lot of good defenders returning, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Coach was saying that you guys graduated 4 seniors. I know Jackson didn't get to play a whole bunch last year because of the injury, but who are some of the young guys that are going to be stepping into those voids to fill the roles of guys that are now graduating?
Yeah, so one of our really strong guys I like coming up is sophomore Parker Reed. He's coming up really strong this summer. We got Luke Kaufman returning at point guard, Kyle Smith and Connor DeWitt, really solid guys. We got Drayton Myers, really good shooter. So we got a pretty solid squad, and we got a couple of kids coming up that I think are really going to be some key players for us.
Now that you've played for Coach Everett for a season, he knows you, you know him, and the level of expectation. How do you build off that in year 2 under him?
Positivity. He's a really positive guy, really reassuring of, you make a mistake, it's okay, move on, next play. So I think a lot of us really like him. So we're all going to really want to buy into what he really wants and what he's going to ask us to do, and we're just going to do it.
In a year where the NECC seems a little more wide open perhaps than years past, how do you guys go about competing for a conference title knowing that, if you play your basketball, it could be within your grasp?
Confidence. The past couple years, we've been a really looked down upon team, really trash-talked teams, and we haven't really had a lot of confidence because we came into these teams thinking we can't win against these guys. This year, we definitely can win against these guys, and I think if we come in with some confidence, we've got the strengths and we've got the abilities to really beat these guys, really give them a show.
Perfect. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.